the degree of Doctor of Humanities honoris causa upon Ambassador Howard Q.D. in the 64th year-end commencement rites of the University of the East. We ask all our guests to please remain seated during the processional. The processional. The University Academic Marshals, led by Director Marcelo E. Vergara. The Assistant Registrar, Rufino J. Mandalian. The recipients of Latin Honors and Special Awards. The College of Dentistry. The Graduate School. The College of Education. The College of Law. The College of Business Administration, Manila. The College of Arts and Sciences, Manila. the Assistant Academic Marshal, Rene S. Salvania, Associate Dean of the CES Manila, followed by the faculty. the Assistant Academic Marshal Feby Reyes, Associate Dean of the College of Business Administration, Manila, followed by the other members of the Academic Council and officials. The University Academic Marshal, Assistant University Registrar Ruth S. Palanca, followed by the Presidential Entourage, Dean Rogelio V. Paglumotan from the College of Business Administration, Caloocan, Dean Dominador S. Pagbilao of the College of Engineering, Manila, Dean Celino B. Santiago, College of Fine Arts, Dean Victor R. Macam Jr., College of Engineering, Caloocan, Dean Rodney A. Merida, College of Computer Studies and Systems, Dean Julian E. Abuso, College of Arts and Sciences, Caloocan, Dean Veronica N. Elizalde, College of Business Administration, Manila, Dean Evelina M. Vicencio, College of Education, Dean Rodora H. Luciano, College of Dentistry, Dean Justina M. Evangelista, College of Arts and Sciences, Manila, Dean Amado D. Valdez, College of Law, Commodore Renato S. Chan, Inductor to the Alumni Association, Dean Avelina A. De la Rea, Presenter of the Honorary, Chancellor Zosimo M. Batad, Reader of the Petition, Chancellor Linda P. Santiago, Reader of the Citation, Corporate Secretary Divino Fiel E. Haras, Reader of the Diploma, Dr. Maria Cynthia Rose B. Bautista, Commissioner, Commission on Higher Education, Vice Chairman of the Board, Jaime Bautista, Honorary and Commencement Speaker, Ambassador Howard Q.D. University Registrar Erwin B. Bermilio, Mace Bearer. And Dr. Esther Albano Garcia, President and Chief Academic Officer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of colors. The national anthem to be led by the University Chorale.
Hayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisingil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit bumaghaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang isap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidigdig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhating pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pagmay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Please be seated. Let us now proceed to the presentation of the honoree. Dr. Avelina A. De la Rea, Dean of the Graduate School, will now present the honoree.
Madam President, it is my privilege to present our distinguished honoree, Ambassador Howard Q. D., Chairman of Assisi Development Foundation, for conferment of the degree of Doctor of Humanities, honoris causa.
Dr. Zosimo M. Batad, Chancellor of the Caloocan Campus, will now read the address of petition.
For majority in the vast hall this fine morning, today's ceremonies are a way of coming full circle. For most of you in the front half of these premises, sporting togas, caps, and the unmistakable glow of anticipation, today's affair represents the official completion of your work as students of the University of the East. It might amaze you to think of all the time and effort it has taken you to get here, the enrollment, your numerous classes, countless exams, your research or training duties, and along the way, learning a little more about life, about each other, and about yourselves. But the closure of this circle in your lives as students should serve as the spark, the commencement of a new circle in your lives, a circle that will now be about how you would put your education to good use. The concept of coming full circle is best personified by the number one person who will quote, unquote, graduate this morning in terms of both his career and as a UE graduate, Ambassador Howard Q. D. Ambassador Howard D. was born in Tondo, Manila. He had been a UE student himself twice over, in fact. He first pursued the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration back when UE was still the PCCBA, or the Philippine College of Commerce and Business Administration. After graduating and earning his UE BBA degree in 1951, Mr. D went on to pursue the degree of Master of Arts in Economics, also from the UE, and is just a thesis shy of earning the second UE degree. Howard D, as a man of action, which is made manifest by his long and fruitful career, was already evident even when he was still a UE student. In addition to his academic work, he was the editor of what was initially the PCCBA Business Journal. When the PCCBA was granted university status and became University of the East in 1950, the Business Journal became the Dawn. Yes, UE's legendary student newspaper, and Mr. D was his first editor-in-chief. Mr. D remained closely knit to his alma mater. In fact, not too long after graduating from UE, he became the president of the UE Alumni Association and was instrumental in the massive fundraising campaign to produce his and our university's iconic alma mater statue, the Luwalhati. At the time, Mr. D was also starting to make his mark in the proverbial real world. And how? He became a co-incorporator of United Laboratories Incorporated, or UNILAB. At the renowned pharmaceutical company, Mr. D was vice president and general manager from 1953 to 1965 and was its president from 1965 to 1972. Amid his immense UNILAB work, he even found time to become the founder of the 10 Outstanding Young Men, or TOYM, Awards for Manila JCs in 1958. In his early 2 full decades at UNILAB, not only did Mr. D cater to the health needs of all sectors of the nation, he and the company pioneered the concept of corporate social responsibility. In addition, not only was he one of UNILAB's bigwigs who were UE alumni, he also hired many UE graduates to work in that company. Believe kasi si Mr. Howard D sa UE. Social development has since been such an indelible mark of Mr. D's career that it has been like his second mirror reflection. In 1972, he became a founding trustee of Philippine Business for Social Progress, a social development-oriented group. In 1975, he founded the Assisi Development Foundation and is its current chairman. Inspired by the Italian Saint Francis of Assisi, who embraced poverty and espoused simplicity, this foundation has been Mr. D's way of responding to the needs of the poor through local and foreign contributions, thereby empowering impoverished Filipinos to improve their own lives. In 1984, he founded yet another social development entity, the Philippine Development Assistance Program, of which he was chairman up to 1986. He was also the president of the Association of Foundations in 1985. In 1986, Mr. D was appointed Philippine Ambassador to the Holy See, also known as the Vatican, a stint that was highly fitting, given both his devotion to Christianity as well as his career of compassion. A Marian devotee since 1960, the Honorable Howard D was even nicknamed Our Lady's Ambassador by the late Pope John Paul II, reportedly due to the ambassador's consistent discussions with the Pope about the Blessed Virgin Mary. All told, he was our ambassador to the Vatican and to Malta within 1986 to 1990. After those overseas stints, Ambassador D continued to be instrumental to the government and the country, particularly in terms of the peace process and conflict resolution. Firstly, he was the lead convener of the 1990 National Peace Commission, which would later segue into the being appointed chairman from 1993 to 1996 of the Government Panel for Peace Talks with the Communist Party of the Philippines, the New People's Army, and the National Democratic Front. In 2002, he was appointed Presidential Advisor on Indigenous Peoples Affairs. In that capacity, which has the rank of Cabinet Secretary, Ambassador D sought freedom from members of indigenous groups in jail due to cultural misunderstanding and sought to bridge the divide between conflicting Muslims and Christians. He was, in fact, active in development groups involving our southern countrymen such as Tabang Mindanao and Pagtabangan Basulta, also known as Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi. In 2004 to 2011, our honoree was the Vice Chairman of the Pondo ng Pinoy Community Foundations Incorporated. In fact, last year, he and the foundation launched the Hapag-asa Feeding Program of the Archdiocese of Manila. Also in 2004, he co-founded the ASA Philippine Foundation, established in partnership with the Benigno S. Aquino Foundation. ASA Philippines is a non-profit, non-stock corporation specializing in nationwide microfinance services for the poor, transforming helpless indigents into empowered entrepreneurs. Our resilient, accomplished honoree is now 81 years of age, yet he is hardly tired or retired. In addition to his chairmanship of the Assisi Development Foundation, he is also the Vice Chairman of the Family Rosary Crusade and President of Bahay Maria Incorporated. And despite all of his work, he still found time to author 3 books about the Christian faith: God's Greatest Gift, published in 1981, Mankind's Final Destiny, published in 1992, and Living the Beatitudes with Saint Joseph, published in 2004. Not surprisingly, many awards have been bestowed upon our honoree. These include the Pontifical Order of Saint Sylvester in 1985, the Pius X Equestrial Order of the Grand Cross First Class in 1988, the Gawad Mabini Award from the Philippine government in 1999, the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2003 Dr. Jose Rizal Awards, and the Lone 2006 Aurora Aragon Quezon Special Peace Award. Curiously, for all of Ambassador D's vital accomplishment, no one has bothered to make an exclusive entry about him in Wikipedia. Yet, this may well be a testament to how meaningful and profound his life's work has been and continues to be. Not superficial, but substantial. Not elitist, but populist. Not short-term, but long-term. Not loud and boisterous, but quiet, yet resonant. If the graduating students seated upstage this morning are here to earn the degree that they now deserve after fulfilling all their academic requirements, our regraduating former UE student here on stage deserves to earn a new degree from his alma mater. His tomorrow began in the East, and now he has returned to where it all began for him, in the East, the University of the East. For all that he has achieved, for all the good that he has done for others, for the impact of all his efforts upon countless lives, and consequently for being a son we in Luwalhati's fold can be very proud of, this petition is being proposed that Ambassador Howard QD be the latest and only the 11th recipient of a Doctor of Humanities degree honoris causa in UE's 65-year history. This great man greatly deserves it.
Dr. Linda P. Santiago, Chancellor of the Manila campus, will now read the citation.
The citation for Ambassador Howard QD as recipient of the degree of Doctor of Humanities, honoris causa from UE, April 25, 2012. Even in summary form, Ambassador Howard QD's range of positions and accomplishments, from his time as a UE student to his 6 eventful decades as a perpetual student of life, has been very fruitful, very colorful. His many achievements as well as lifelong aspirations seem to point to a constant burning desire to make the world a better place. In his succession of, or even simultaneous undertakings in the line of social responsibility and development. In the national quest for peace and conflict resolution, and in spreading the good news inherent to the Christian faith, Ambassador D has fashioned himself into a perpetual vessel of goodness. He is literally a good man. Not only has he done good things for the profound benefit of innumerable bodies and souls, he also encourages others to cultivate goodness in their own lives, in their own right. In this sense, and long after his stint as the Philippine representative to the Vatican and to Malta, he will always be an ambassador, a genuine ambassador of goodwill. The capacity for compassion, the yearning for peace, and the longing for personal development actually reside in each of us, despite our internal or external limitations. Such limitations must have resided in him as well. Yet Ambassador D has mastered the courage and exerted the monumental effort to transcend whatever inadequacies or challenges he may have had to deal with. In the process, he has made an equally monumental difference in countless people's lives, even if, due in part to his low-key demeanor and perhaps public indifference, he has remained largely unknown to the nation at large. Still, despite his humility, Ambassador D towers above many others, especially those who trumpet their every meager achievement. In his modest stance lies a quiet strength and a firm resolve that can take on practically the weight of the world. In his constant desire to achieve one goal after another, he uplifts others, even if at the expense of his own recognition. Ambassador D has been a symbolic beacon, keeping the darkness of our mortal life at bay. He has constantly aimed for the proverbial mountaintop and has indeed reached many a peak, but never alone, for his successes are likewise the successes of the many beneficiaries of his works and deeds. He is a man truly worthy of being deemed an icon, a living hero worthy of emulation by people of different ages and walks of life. Thus, in the name of his alma mater, we are honored and privileged to hereby confer the honorary degree of Doctor of Humanities to this individual who has been called by many names: great man of peace, man for Mindanao, gifted person, living saint, Our Lady's ambassador. This exemplary individual who emphasizes the human in humanities, Dr. Howard Q. D. May we also humbly add to his many titles and nicknames a new moniker. We hereby take the liberty of christening him as Luwalhati's ambassador. After all, he is a living embodiment of what UE desires in its students, to bring out the goodness in themselves and be inspired to do good out in the real world. So congratulations, Ambassador Howard Q. D., from the entire UE community. Our eternal thanks to you for all the good that you have done for countless grateful men, women, and children through the years, throughout the country. Mabuhay, UE graduate and Luwalhati's pride, Dr. Howard Q. D.
Dr. Esther A. Garcia, President and Chief Academic Officer, will now confer the degree of Doctor of Humanities, honoris causa, upon the honoree.
By virtue of the authority vested upon me by law, and the powers delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of the University, I hereby confer upon Ambassador Howard QD the degree of Doctor of Humanities honoris causa with all the rights, privileges, and obligations thereunto appertaining.
We will now have the investiture ceremony. May we request Vice Chairman Jaime Bautista, Shed Commissioner Maria Cynthia Rose Bautista, and Mrs. Betty Marie C.D. to come to the center stage. Likewise, we would like to request the honorees' immediate family members to come up the stage to witness the investiture ceremonies. Shed Commissioner Maria Cynthia Rose B. Bautista, assisted by Mrs. Betty Marie C.D., will invest the honoree with the academic hood. Vice Chairman Bautista, assisted by President A. Garcia, will invest the honoree with academic cap. Vice Chairman Jaime S. Bautista, assisted by President Esther A. Garcia, will now present the medallion to the honoree.
I present to you this medallion, symbolic of the high esteem in which this university holds you.
Mr. Divino Fiel E. Harras, Corporate Secretary, will now read the diploma of conferment.
University of the East, Manila, Philippines. To all who shall see this presence, greetings. By virtue of the authority granted to the university by the Commission on Higher Education and upon the recommendation of the Academic Council and the approval of the Board of Trustees, we hereby confer the degree of Doctor of Humanities honoris causa upon Howard Q.D., together with all the honors, rights, and privileges thereunto appertaining. In testimony hereto, we have hereunto affixed our signature and seal of the university in the city of Manila, this 25th day of April in the year of our Lord 2012, and of the university, the 65th of its founding. Signed, Esther Albano Garcia, PhD, President and Chief Academic Officer.
Let us now proceed to the commencement rites. Dean Avelina A. De La Rea of the Graduate School will now present the candidates for graduation.
Candidates for graduation from the Graduate School, please rise as I call your respective degree programs. Madam President and Chief Academic Officer, I have the honor to present to you candidates for the degrees of Doctor of Education, Master of Arts in Teaching, Master in Business Administration, Master in Information Management, Master in Public Administration. Master of Science in Construction Management. Master of Library and Information Science. And Master of Science in Dentistry. They have been recommended by their respective faculty after having completed all the requirements prescribed by this university, subject to confirmation by the Board of Trustees of the university and the Commission on Higher Education. Candidates may now be seated.
Dean Amado D. Valdez will now present the candidates for graduation of the College of Law.
The candidates for graduation in the College of Law, please rise. Madam President and Chief Academic Officer, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Laws. They have been recommended by the faculty of the College of Law after they have completed all the requirements prescribed by this university, subject to the confirmation of the Board of Trustees in the Commission on Higher Education. Candidates, please be seated.
Dean Justina M. Evangelista of the College of Arts and Sciences, Manila, will now present the candidates for graduation.
Candidates for graduation from the College of Arts and Sciences, Manila, please rise as I call your respective degree program. Madam President and Chief Academic Officer, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science, major in Biology. Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management. Bachelor of Arts in Broadcast Communication. Bachelor of Arts, major in English. Bachelor of Arts, major in International Studies. Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. Bachelor of Arts, major in Legal Management. Bachelor of Arts, major in Political Science. Bachelor of Science in Library and Information Science. Bachelor of Science, major in Mathematics. And last but not the least, Bachelor of Science, major in Psychology. They have been recommended by the respective faculty after having completed all the requirements prescribed by this university, subject to the confirmation of the Board of Trustees of the university and the Commission on Higher Education. Candidates, you may now be seated.
Dean Rodora H. Luciano of the College of Dentistry will now present the candidates for graduation.
Candidates for graduation in the College of Dentistry, please rise. Madam President and Chief Academic Officer, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Dental Medicine. They have been recommended by their respective faculty after having completed all the requirements prescribed by this university, subject to the confirmation of the Board of Trustees of the university and the Commission on Higher Education. Candidates, please be seated.
Dean Evelina M. Vicencio of the College of Education will now present the candidates for graduation.
Candidates for graduation at the College of Education, please rise as I call your respective degree programs. Madam President and Chief Academic Officer, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Elementary Education, Bachelor of Secondary Education, Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics. They have been recommended by their respective faculty after having completed all the requirements prescribed by this university, subject to the confirmation of the Board of Trustees of the university and the Commission on Higher Education. Please be seated.
Dean Veronica N. Elizalde of the College of Business Administration, Manila, will now present the candidates for graduation.
Candidates for graduation at the College of Business Administration, Manila, please rise as I call your respective degree program. Madam President and Chief Academic Officer, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Accountancy and Computer-Based Accounting System, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Management Accounting, Banking and Finance, Business Economics, Business Management, Financial Management, Management, Marketing, Marketing Management. They have been recommended by their respective faculty after having completed all the requirements prescribed by this university, subject to the confirmation of the Board of Trustees of the university and the Commission on Higher Education. Candidates, please be seated.
President Esther A. Garcia will now confer the degree upon the candidates for graduation. All candidates for graduation, please rise.
By virtue of the authority vested upon me by law and the powers delegated to me by the Board of Trustees of the University, and upon the recommendation of your respective faculty and deans, I hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have duly qualified, together with all the responsibilities, rights, privileges, and honors thereunto appertaining, subject to the confirmation of the Board of Trustees of the University and the Commission on Higher Education. You may now transfer your tassels to the right. May I now request the parents and the faculty members to rise. Congratulations to all of you, graduates, parents, and faculty.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Howard Q.D., Doctor of Humanities honoris causa, our commencement speaker, will address the graduates.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Mr. Manuel Bautista, Acting Chairman of the UE Board of Trustees, and honorable members of the board, Dr. Esther Garcia, UE President, Dr. Abelina de la Rea, Dean of the Graduate School, Chancellor Dr. Zosimor Batad, Chancellor Dr. Linda Santiago, Dr. Cynthia Ross Bautista of the Commission on Higher Education, Corporate Secretary Divino Viel Jaras, Honorable Deans and members of the faculty, fellow graduates of Class 2012, fellow alumni, families and friends, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good morning. "59 years ago, in 1953, after investing 6 years of study in UE, 4 years in college, and 2 years in graduate school, I could not obtain my diploma for my Master of Arts degree in economics because I failed to submit the required thesis as I was busy starting a new business venture. Over the years, I have often wondered whether it was still possible for me to submit a thesis to obtain my MA degree and diploma. So you can understand why I am so happy and thankful today to be receiving my diploma, upgraded to a Doctorate of Humanities, honoris causa, for which I wish to express my profound gratitude to my alma mater, the University of Excellence. I'm being awarded this diploma not for my 6 years of study in UE, but for the 60 years of demonstrating that what I learned in each portal was put to fruitful use in the pursuit of 3 careers in my life: 22 years in business, 37 years in social development work, interspersed with 15 years of government service. But does that make me a successful person? Not so, according to my friend, Father Ranero Cantalamessa, who is a theologian philosopher, advisor to the Pope, and preacher to the papal household for the last 32 years. Father Cantalamessa says that there are 3 different levels of success that one can aspire to, corresponding to the 3 orders of man: body, mind, and spirit, as defined by the great philosopher Blaise Pascal. It is this that I would like to share with our graduates today, the true meaning of success, as you begin your own quest for success in life. Pascal's first level of success is that of material or physical success. He calls it greatness of the body. Here, success is measured by wealth, your bank accounts and possessions, and also by titles and positions such as a president, senator, a justice or minister, or even an ambassador. This level of success also includes athletic ability and physical beauty, like a Manny Pacquiao or a Ann Curtis. The second level of success is higher than the first. Pascal calls it greatness of the mind, and it includes scholars and geniuses in various fields of intellectual endeavor, art, philosophy, science, math, literature, and so on. Examples of greatness at this level, he says, are Einstein, Beethoven, Michelangelo, and in our country, we think of the genius of Jose Rizal, the giftedness of Amorsolo or Juan Luna, and in this hall, our university president, the chancellors, and the deans of the different colleges, our summa cum laudes and magna cum laudes, our new graduates, and our future board top-notchers. Excuse me. But there is a third and highest level, higher than the second or the first. Pascal calls it greatness of heart. Thank you. It is marked by integrity of character, nobility of spirit, and generosity of heart. The third level is a level of heroic virtue and sanctity, and the unique thing about this level is that it is available to everyone who desires it, and attainable by anyone who strives for it. Not everyone can have material greatness or great wealth or the gift of genius, but everyone can have greatness of heart, nobility of spirit, and integrity of character. This is the measure of true success in life. Yet very few want it, and even fewer seek it. Yet it is everyone's true destiny. God created each one of us for a purpose, with a mission and a destiny. Each one has to discover the mission for which God created you. What is God's mission for you? His deepest desires for you. He knows you by name, and He will communicate it to you deep within your heart. President Esther Garcia asked me to share some insights from my life's work with you. In Assisi Foundation, where I work for the last 37 years, our common mission is loving service to the poor. And we have a common destiny of what another philosopher, C.S. Lewis, calls a final destination, for which for us is a land of justice, love, and peace. We may have achieved some amount of success in our mission, but we are still very far from reaching our final goal. And today, I'm inviting you, my fellow graduates, to join us in this quest, to dream the impossible dream, to discover your own mission and fulfill your destiny. I have a formula that I follow for living my life, which I would like to share with you. It is also in 3 steps, and for each step, I've included a life model. You can choose your own life models. The first step is to strive for excellence. In whatever you do, in the pursuit of your career, in the practice of your profession, do your utmost best. Be a master of your trade. Keep studying even after your graduation. Learn the latest advances in your field and strive for excellence. My model for this first step is Jose Rizal. Rizal has one rule for the pursuit of excellence, which he says is, and I quote, "Love what is good, what is noble, and what is great, to the point of dying for it," unquote. He lived according to his own rule, and he died accordingly. My second step is use your imagination to expand your horizons in life. The scientists tell us that the average person does not use even 10% of his brain power during his entire lifetime. The human mind, with its intellect, memory, and will, is the most potent instrument God has given you, who created you in His image. Use this power to your advantage, to innovate, to explore, to improve the world around you, to expand your horizons, to discover your strengths and your mission and purpose in life. To dream the impossible and to live your dream and fulfill your true destiny. My model for this step is Ninoy Aquino, who said, "The Filipino is worth dying for." What Rizal said, "Love what is good, what is noble, and what is great, to the point of dying for it," Ninoy Aquino embodied all that is good, noble, and great in the Filipino for whom he died. My third step is, at all times, good and bad, keep the faith, live the virtues, and trust in God. You are graduating into a world of stiff competition, a cruel world where evil forces abound today, a world full of pitfalls and temptations, but also filled with opportunities for good. The only way to survive, to be able to discover your true mission and fulfill your destiny, is to keep the faith and trust in the goodness of God. Obey His commandments and live the Beatitudes. Do your best and God will do the rest. My first two models gave their lives for their country and fellow Filipinos. My third model for this third step is San Lorenzo Ruiz, a mestizo Chinese who gave his life for his faith, trusting in God. My three models are three national heroes whose lives span 5 centuries in Philippine history. They had two things in common. All three of them predicted their own deaths. All three gave up their lives freely. 2 for the love of the fatherland, and 1 for the love of our Father in heaven. Their second commonality is all three had a common devotion: the love of Mary, the Mother of God, and the prayer of her Holy Rosary. San Lorenzo Ruiz was a member of the Confraternity of the Holy Rosary. Ninoy Aquino's last public act before his death was to pray the Rosary before his plane landed. And Jose Rizal was a member of the Sodality of Mary. All three of them were devoted to the Holy Rosary. So today, as my graduation gift to you, to remind you of your own mission and destiny, according to the heroic virtues of San Lorenzo, Jose Rizal, and Ninoy Aquino, my wife and my family are giving each one of you a Holy Rosary. And 60 years from now, in the year 2072, Jess Tanchanko, Tonet Ite, and I, the three of us, will host the Diamond Jubilee Homecoming of our graduating class of 2012 at a different venue, of course. And our guests of honor will be Jose Rizal, Ninoy Aquino, and San Lorenzo Ruiz. Everyone here is invited. Do not forget to bring your rosary. It will serve as your invitation. Mabuhay si Maria, mabuhay ang Pilipino, mabuhay ang UE. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Howard QD. And now for the intermission, let us listen to the University Chorale for their rendition of a musical repertoire.
Hear drums echoing tonight, the tears, lonely whispers of some quiet conversation. It's coming in from pretty flight, moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I've stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some long-forgotten words of ancient melody. Turn to me as if to say, hurry boy, she's waiting there for you. Gonna take a lot away you. There's nothing as 100 men or more will ever do. I raised in Africa. Gonna take some time to do other things we never restless, longing for some solitary company. I know that I must do what's right, sure as Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the charity. I sit secure sleeping inside, running all the sins that I've become. Gonna take a lot away you. There's 100 men or more will ever do. Gonna take a lot away. There's nothing as 100 men or more will ever do. Our blessed race down in Africa. 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 Gonna take some time to do the things we never
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must stand together as one. There are people dying, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can go on pretending day by day that someone somewhere will soon make a change. Oh, we are all a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need.
We are the world. We are the children.
We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start living.
That's the choice we're making. We're saving our own lives.
It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
Well, send them your hearts so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be stronger and free.
'Cause God has shown us by turning stone to bread,
And so we all must lend a helping hand.
We are the world. We are the children. We are the children.
We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving.
It's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives.
It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
When you're down and out, it seems the whole
But if you just believe, there's no way we can we make a better day, just you and me. There's a choice we're making. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. There's a choice we're making. Just you and me.
Let us now proceed to the awarding of honors and special awards. President Esther A. Garcia, assisted by Chancellor Linda P. Santiago of the UE Manila campus, will now confer the awards to the recipients of Latin Honors, Leadership, and College Distinguished Awards. Parents or guests are requested to accompany the awardees upstage. For the Leadership Awardee for Men, Manila, from the College of Dentistry, Eduardo D. Olea Jr. For the Leadership Awardee for Women, Manila, from the College of Business Administration, Manila, GGC de la Cruz, cum laude. The College Distinguished Graduate Awardees from the College of Arts and Sciences, Manila, Maria Crescelda S. Escalnea, magna cum laude. The College Distinguished Graduate Awardee of the College of Business Administration, Manila, Jacob S. Alfonso, magna cum laude. The College Distinguished Graduate Awardee of the College of Education, Benji D. Sarmuyan, cum laude. Okay po. Recipients of Latin Honors, Manila Campus, from the College of Law, Ron Michael M. Villanueva, valedictorian. Simplicio R. Apalisok Jr., salutatorian. From the College of Arts and Sciences, Kathrina Chermer D. Comia, summa cum laude. Daniel O. Linsangan, summa cum laude. Joseph John C. Abdullah, magna cum laude. Desiree B. Bautista, magna cum laude. Miraflor B. Bunao, magna cum laude. Mark Anthony C. Kabasag, magna cum laude. Kimberly Amanda K. Comia, magna cum laude. Marinel Angelica B. Cuevas, magna cum laude. Anthony Nash O. De Leon, magna cum laude. Bernard R. Mariano, magna cum laude. Rafael M. Robles, magna cum laude. Arwadin U. Usman, magna cum laude. Maria Veronica D. Zamora, magna cum laude. Joanna E. Abinales, cum laude. Alvin John R. Alvarez, cum laude. John Vincent C. Andino, cum laude. Iredolf G. Balba, cum laude. John Alfred C. Cruz, cum laude. Maria Eden M. de la Cruz, cum laude. Evangeline F. Evangelista, cum laude. Ren Ian C. Feliciano, cum laude. Jessica C. Gerida, cum laude. Leia M. Gulyaba, cum laude. Maria Victoria M. Lago, cum laude. Jonas M. Luistro, cum laude. Heidi S. Maliari, cum laude. Gabriel Cesar R. Obnial, cum laude. Monica P. Ornopia, cum laude. Jovelyn L. Palmes, cum laude. Nathaniel Adrian C. Revilla, cum laude. Renelaine B. Rovira, cum laude. Michelle Jean T. Salinas, cum laude. Sheila V. Silva, cum laude. Alexander M. Silverio Jr., cum laude. Michael Angelo B. Tolentino, cum laude. Marian C. Tomarong, cum laude. Mabun M. Valentino, cum laude. Mia Army M. Vivares, cum laude. From the College of Business Administration, Lorena M. Carpina, magna cum laude. Gerald C. Cuyugan, magna cum laude. Jeffrey Patrick G. Joseph, magna cum laude. Jessica L. Tomagan, magna cum laude. Jonel Marwin A. Albay, cum laude. Dustin P. Alejandrino, cum laude. Divine Grace C. Cabatu, cum laude. Sheila Ann T. Celario, cum laude. Diane Caril C. Conui, cum laude. Janelle Jam T. Ferrer, cum laude. Lizette Diane D. Gresola, cum laude. Paul Michael P. Ibero, cum laude. Amelia T. Labugen, cum laude. Jennifer S. Lim, cum laude. Virginia Marie B. Lopez, cum laude. Mark Joseph C. Marcos, cum laude. David Rafael F. Monsalud, cum laude. John Vincent D. Moreno, cum laude. Katrina R. Padua, cum laude. May Ann M. Panaligan, cum laude. Winlove Christian V. Paule, cum laude. Ahira C. Perez, cum laude. Rose Ann N. Kiambao, cum laude. Delmar M. Reforma, cum laude. Emily A. Reyes, cum laude. Marjorie Ann Miguela G. Sahenes, cum laude. Ryan Casey V. Salas, cum laude. Riza G. Surco, cum laude. John Eliote O. Zapanta, cum laude. And from the College of Education, Janina May D. Villafuerte, cum laude. Let us now proceed to the investiture and distribution of diplomas. Let us now have the investiture ceremonies and distribution of diplomas for the graduate school. The graduates will now be invested with academic hood and cap by Dean Avelina A. Dalarea, to be assisted by their parents or loved ones who shall accompany them in coming up the stage. College Secretary Salvador I. Sibayan will assist the Dean in the distribution of the diplomas. Dr. Reynaldo G. Alcid will call in the candidates for graduation by program.
We now present to you the graduates of the graduate school with the degree of Doctor of Education, Rogelio I. Espiritu. With a degree of Master of Arts in Teaching, Benigno T. Mendiola. Rolando T. Canlas Jr. Dave L. David. Rogelio C. Ponte Jr. May Rose B. San Luis. With a degree of Master in Business Administration, Joanna Rose G. Alejo. Nestor C. Castro Jr. Chen Subo. Amir Mohammadi. Robbins M. Sukgang. With a degree of Master in Information Management, John Paul S. Gonzalez. Arash Medipurate. Eileen L. Rillion. Miguel Angelo A. Tolentino. With a degree of Master in Public Administration, Nastaran Yeganefar. With a degree of Master of Science in Construction Management, Nan Jiang. With a degree of Master in Library and Information Science, Eileen M. Nailes. With a degree of Master of Science in Dentistry, Mark Luigi F. Capati. Amit Babu Chethikatil Baburaj. Grace Ellen S. Day. Gani Amrita Dora. Pratyusha Francis. Katrina N. Garcia. Ganesamurthy Olapalayam Rathinam. Paulo Mark B. Manzano. And lastly, Prabhu Turaik Karaunan Nididhi.
We shall now have the investiture ceremonies and distribution of diplomas for the College of Law. The graduates will now be invested with academic hood and cap by Dean Amado D. Valdez, to be assisted by their parents or loved ones who shall accompany them in coming up the stage. Associate Dean Oscar B. Bernardo will assist the Dean in the distribution of the diplomas, and Attorney Mauricio C. Ulep will call in the candidates for graduation.
The graduates from the College of Law are the following: Rizali K. Almendral, Raul Jan R. Balangkit, James Corwin S. Ustudio, Uriel F. de Guzman, Lex de los Reyes, Jose Marie Christy H. de Alino, Jihan D. Jampuan. Laura Daniel E. Jauregue. Datumama M. Makaindig. Maria April L. Murillo. Henrietta Luis C. Paz. Hasmin S. Salazar. Kathleen Pearl C. Samson. Amy Rose S. Cinco. Jennifer P. Season. John Michael S. Tipon. And the class valedictorian, Ron Michael N. Villanueva.
Let us now have the distribution of diplomas for the College of Dentistry. Dean Rodora H. Luciano will distribute the diplomas, assisted by Associate Dean Blesilda K. Formantes. Dr. Angela Clemente will read the names of the graduates.
I now present to you the graduates of the College of Dentistry. Acedilia Eden Grace D. Acero Joseph Neil H. Agpoon Krisa Justine D. Amigable Caitlin P. Azarakshi Sharare, Chua Verdan Joseph Yu, Contreras Jobel Z, Dalai Nikki Joy Z, David Mary Eugene V, De Jesus Joanne Marie L, Dizon Denise Paula D, Domingo Hazelin A, D. Genevieve Laura O, Ermita Hyacinth V, Fortuno Christine May P, Garcia Charina Salve A, Garcia Leonard Ebrahim G, Garcia Pauline May G, Go Alexis S, Go Rosette Erica R, Gumbar Fedmar John L, Lim Eileen C, Lim Karen Christine M, Lozañas Maria Zara Elizabeth S, Madrigal June Arel L, Magadia Roberto T, Malinaw Eric John M, Masudi Bahare, Membrebe Sam Patrick O, Mohajerin Melika, Nueva Francis Mandol C, Olea Eduardo Jr. D, Ong Edward V, Pamonag Paulette Marie B, Park Miel, Patawaran Marlon G, Leia Peña Leia Gabriel A, Pulido Jermaine J, Rezabal Kino Constantine M, Reyes Carol M, Ricardo Micaela C, Robil Robert B, Salamante Paula Glenn Z, Sanchez Maria Catherine C, Santos Joan M, So Jai Hyun, Santa Maria Jerry May P. Villas Clifford D. Wong Shana Marie G. Yahaghi Babak. Yu Yong Ha. Zebadarami Morvarid.
For the College of Education, Dean Evelina M. Vicencio will distribute the diplomas, assisted by University Registrar Erwin B. Bermilio. Bachelor of Elementary Education, Mary France Regel A. Agbuya, Lois Elaine Sagun Aradanas, Jenica Caures Boholano, Mirasol P. Boyles, Tresha Grace M. Eleda, Rhea May R. Halos, Maria Teresa F. Lavilla, Norbaisa T. Lumampa, William Jerick L. Mambil, Lenny M. Sumage, Lynette J. Valdopeña, John Luigi L. Zafe. For the degree Bachelor of Secondary Education, Isaiah Benzi S. Arcano, Ronel B. Artisuela, Lucille E. Cui, Gerald P. De Asis, Jerby D. Deriada, Remelin M. D. Alea de Castro Gatmaitan, Ivy S. Goyo, Javon B. Hafalia, Ronel F. Lagrimas, Josil John R. Makalisang, Marion D. Makaraeg, David Jeremy P. Marcelino, Wenli S. Maulas, Ernie D. Opiana, Darlene V. Pebris, Benji D. Sarmuyan, Jeremy P. Valenton, Raymond John R. Villarasa, Graduates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics, Jerome B. Bilwag. Chenny S. Cagas. Mary Con Faith O. Ku. Ana Camille S. Fernandez. Jennifer D. Hidukus. Kimberly M. Imperial. Genevieve Grace A. Maliksi. Mariel B. Mercadejas. Grace E. Taluyo. Rosel M. Tan. Emmanuel V. Viduya. Mabel B. Villa Delgado. Janina May D. Villafuerte. For the College of Arts and Sciences, Manila Campus, Dean Justina M. Evangelista will distribute the diplomas, assisted by Associate Dean Rene S. Salvania. College Secretary Nena S. Bello will read the names of the graduates.
The graduates for the degree Bachelor of Science, major in Biology, Carla Marie L. Aguilar. Ana Dominique Z. Alcaraz. Luigi E. Baroga. Nikki J. Chavez. Kimberly Amanda K. Comia. Lorenzo S. Coz. Abigail Lynn L. de los Reyes. Desiree Joyce M. Ebardo. Katrina Grace L. Galang. Catherine Joyce R. Gayo. Rachel Ann E. Gonzalez. Marian Grace N. Hernandez. John Angela L. Merida. Shimi W. Ocampo. Graciel France I. Rivera. Carlo Ray G. Tansionco. Keith Verlin R. Tigno. Jennifer Lyle A. Villaflor. For the degree Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, Eamos Jamil P. Abad. Joanna Ray T. Abakita. Joanna E. Abinales. Saturnino C. Acacio III. Kim N. Academia, Ramier B. Agravantes, Aliana Joy T. Agunday, Christine H. Almas, Alvin John R. Alvarez, Menard Braille S. Amyanit, Heidi Q. Amores, Aljon Y. Amparo, Kim M. Ancana, John Vincent C. Andino, Yesha May S. Aninipot, Sheila Marie A. Aquino, Liven Joy B. Aragon, Jodeline D. Aranya, Cyril Anthony G. Azurin, Mark Kevin C. Baksal, Franco Luis A. Baldemor, Nikki Caroline M. Balcazar, Daryl M. Banaag, Desiree B. Bautista, Joshua M. Behar, Lloyd John Biscotcho, Alisa B. Borrega, Glyceril Dea P. Bravo, Francis Joseph S. Bugay, Yearend S. Bugayong, Miel Carlo L. Cabildo, Christine Carla A. Cabrera, Patrick L. Cahayon, Elizer D. Cahucom, Chris Bernadette C. Caluza, John Anthony L. Cambaliza, Jason H. Carandang, Loy M. Carbonell Jr., Alan N. Carbonell, Mark Froilan L. Carbonilla, Jason P. Castillo, Jeneline O. Chua, John Carl Job B. Cirilo, Alvin Paul D. Claro, Kathrina Shermer D. Comia, Maria Carla Andrea M. Comota, Brian R. Contreras, Joanel R. Cortez, Marlon S. Cruz, Russell Lorenze O. Cuenco, Marinel Angelica B. Cuevas, Micaela M. Cuevas, Claudia Emily L. Cusi, Jonah Cicero A. Cusipag, Rose Ann I. Daigdigan, Maria Danica Rose E. Daileg. Mark Dennis R. De Castro. Neil Winston S. De Guzman. Patrick P. De Guzman. Princess Jane R. De Guzman. Austin Kenneth R. De Leon. John Rustico A. De Leon. Lorenzo L. De Leon. Maureen Dayan M. De Mesa. Redens G. De la Cruz. Abigail A. De los Santos. Venus L. De los Santos. Abdul Malik G. Di Mapingun. Michelle A. Dizon. Mark Jason F. Empainado. Carmina Esperida. Kim Glyza C. Estelia. Dan Kate A. Fabian. Camille Angeli A. Farol. Ren Ian C. Feliciano. Aaron Luis B. Flores. Dominador C. Fugaban Jr. Carlos Cesar D. Gabano. Daryl L. Gakutan. Sarah R. Gaddafi. Reese Ailmir D. Galpo. Cariza Grace U. Gamboa. Russell Jerome V. Ganod. Jessica C. Gerida. Mark Julius N. Gonyo. Eunice Junina C. Guerrero. Kimberly C. Gueta. Leia M. Gulyaba. Geraldine L. Gumatay. Joanna Jane R. Hipolito. Danray V. Hongayo. Brian J. Itable. Dan Mark G. Jacobe. Mary Joy B. Hoko. Eric A. Hoxon. Jennifer P. Juan. Maria Micaela C. Kurihara. Lloyd C. Labugen. Mark Jeffrey C. Lanes. Mary Ann P. Liao. Marita Rosario L. Libunao. Anthony S. Lim. Eugene Daryl L. Liorico. Jonas M. Luistro. Aldwin C. Macalisang. Paul Lawrence S. Madla. Aldrin L. Magdato. Kevin Brian P. Maglantong. Chris Conrad M. Malabana. Mark Jason O. Malazo. Heidi S. Malyari. Luigi S. Manahan. Jonathan R. Manaog. Maria Michelle B. Manila. Aliza D. Manzano, Mark Dave A. Marcelino, Gerard Antero R. Martinez, Elizer D. Machado, Michael H. Mazon, Charmaine T. Mendador, Carl Justin R. Mendoza, Franz Regine F. Mendoza, Rosalie S. Mendoza, Genevieve L. Meran, Christian R. Mercado, Michelle R. Mercado, Sheila Ann Mercado, Arian Rhea B. Miranda, Lynette Ann P. Moreno, Grace Iris L. Nogas, Marices E. Omli, Fatima O. Orlino, Christia Angelica R. Paderon, Kevin Joseph R. Padua, Chester C. Pagayon, Jonaline D. Paliso, Kerubin B. Pancho, Rachel Ann R. Papa, Meiji Marie R. Payawal, Kirby P. Pexon, Earl J.O.G. Pedron, Renz Marion O. Penueco, Frodelio V. Pichay Jr., Sherin Joyce P. Pluma, Kenneth T. Pontawe, Risben S. Punzalan, Jessica G. Ke, Emmanuel G. Queja, Patricio R. Ramos III, Rhea Christine A. Ranyowa, Joanna Lynn F. Raymonde, Eugene Joseph A. Remo, John Adam P. Remogat, Matthew P. Renzales, Rolin Joy A. Revarez, Jollard D. Reyes, Maria Socorro Rivera, Rafael Roales, Maricris C. Robis, Rafael M. Robles, John Kenneth B. Rodolfo, Earl Christopher V. Rojas, Shim D. Rosasenia, Renelaine B. Rovira, Chris Albert L. Rojas, Darren Vignesh P. Supramanyam, Bianca S. Samonte, Ana Lorena T. Samson, Carl Justin C. Sandoval, Patricia Arjen Z. Santiago, Carlo B. Santos, Irvin J. R. Sarmen, Jesus Tomas G. Serrano Jr., Alexander M. Silverio Jr., Oshin M. Simbilio, Joseph M. Sinahon, Lovely G. Soto, Kenneth C. Santa Ana, Thomas Gilberto O. Santa Maria, Cedric Glenn Rafael A. Sumabat, Ismael George L. Tabirara, Raymond L. Tabornal, Jessica Kim L. Tan, Maiden Rose D. Tansyongko, Zara Jean V. Taylan, Mark Russell P. Tomagos, John Paulo P. Tordilla, Lino Miguel O. Torres, Lilith Joy G. Tumon, Charmaine C. Ulanday, Maricar B. Uy, Dale Henry G. Valdivieso, Mabun M. Valentino, John Chris F. Valenzuela, Leilani C. Velasquez, John Paul A. Veron, Jason B. Verona, Julius Ephraim Cesar B. Verona, Mia Army M. Vivares, Matthew Villalobos, Roshane B. Villalon, Angela V. Villaroman, Mayan D. Vinuya, Patrick A. Vinson, Ana Jean S. Viray, Brian Lauro S. Visico, John Lawrence B. Yape, Nico Angelo D. Yoro, Japeth Job A. Zacarias, Fatima G. Zamora, Maria Veronica D. Zamora. For the degree Bachelor of Science in Library and Information Science, Evangeline P. Austria, Mary Jo R. Feliciano, Maria Victoria M. Lago, Clarissa D. Lagoras, Mark Anthony A. Santos. For the degree Bachelor of Science major in Mathematics, Miraflor B. Bunao, Diane Lorraine M. Figueras, Maria Genevieve D. T. For the degree Bachelor of Science major in Psychology, Lorraine F. Aguilar, Erica E. Alegarbes, Olivia S. Austria, Doreen R. Balange, Al E. Balderas, Gil R. Balingit, Wilmore Ken P. Ballesteros, Ira Fe A. Borillo, Christine Joan C. Bowers, Ariel T. Cabada Jr., Maria Cristina D. Calabano, Philip Raymond S. De Perio, J. Paul V. De la Cruz, Maria Eden M. De la Cruz, Raylena Jean E. Encarnacion, Princess Anne N. Espuelas, Carlo Luigi G. Fernandez, Diane Carla P. Fernandez, Ivy S. Fernandez, Jovelyn H. Flores, Chiradine E. General, Ana Rose D. Justiniane, Rochelle B. Lomerio, Francis C. Malilim, Maria Dulce J. Montalan, Lovely Pearl M. Morbo, Nenuco R. Nomoto, Roxanne Jem R. Obico, Aubrey S. Quijado, Maria Jessica A. Ramos, Charina V. Rosete, Diosame B. Rufin, Glenn Ludimir A. Sarmiento, Arnie Dayan D. Singh, Justin Daniel S. Tayag, Maureen T. Texon, Arlene May V. Teodoro, Joanna Marie A. Tongco, Weber F. Trevino, Joan D. Ubay, Arwadin U. Usman, Justin Joshua A. Valenzuela, Krishna Ray E. Ventura, Pauline E. Vislenio, Gian C. Zamora. For the degree Bachelor of Arts in Broadcast Communication, Joseph John C. Abdullah, Joanne F. Agbuya, Shane Ann R. Agisanda, Luis Jaime D. Alcantara III, Diana Joyce M. Amata, Jeneline L. Antazo, Erdolf G. Balba, Mary Grace R. Barrientos, Jamie Grace D. Bernardo, Carl Pocholo P. Bustamante, Arley Rose D. Cabrestante, Joseph M. Kakanindin, Stephanie Ann H. Capitan, Gail A. Carmona, Roma Jane T. Cueto, Marie Luisa S. Cuyugan, Melissa Grace C. De Leon, Carla S. De Inla, Jessamay Joyce E. Ecleo, Maria Jana M. Egualan, Anthea Kizia R. Esclanda, Estela Marie A. Eser Jose, Lucky Jem M. Famero, Margot T. Gonzalez, Rita Catherine M. Ibuna, Nico Norman C. Izar, Babylene G. Hamil, Mary Joy B. Jimenez, Sherona Corina D. Kang, Da Yun Lim, Don Carlo G. Macario, Mac Phil V. Manintim, Nelson I. Mariano III, Janine J. Matobato, Lalaine S. Mercado, Kate Ann N. Miguel, Selena G. Morales, Monica P. Ornopia, Justine L. Orpia, Regine Jade G. Palma, Joveline L. Palmes, Panaligan Amaris A, Menchi E. Pasha, Jenna Beatriz D. Poblete, Cindy B. Rafanan, Leslie C. Regodon, Jan Nika A. Rivero, Jarine B. Roldan, Ruby Liza A. Rubias, Paul Jordan C. Rudinas, Aldous P. Samonte, Michelle A. Santa Ines, Josibel T. Tatel, Michelangelo B. Tolentino, Mary Grace D. Villavert, Giancarlo R. Yaptanco, Lou Anthony T. Zaleta. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, major in English, Angelica V. Cruz, Angelbert V. Gonzalez, G. Yao G, Bernard R. Mariano, Nikki Rose S. Miranda, Fan Yang. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, major in International Studies, Lyle Aryan C. Aguirre, GL Vashti V. Asischo, Maria Teresa C. Caballero, Anne Mary R. Kailipan, Amy C. De La Peña, Leslie Ann L. Dino, Jimberly Don B. Dizon, Mariela Mariz D. Estabilio, Evangeline F. Evangelista, Charlene May I. Ferrera, Leandro D. Flores, Leilani D. Gratuito, Jermaine L. Jose, Jana Erica T. Labio, Jamila D. Legaspi, Maria Sara Janina P. Lorenzo, Darish Jules G. Luartes, Mary Grace A. Maghanoy, Kevin A. Mandrilla, Harold E. Orate, Paula May M. Pereña, Ralph John D. Ramiento, Nathaniel Adrian C. Revilla, Vanny Lorraine B. Ruada, Michelle Jean T. Salinas, Sheila V. Silva, Diane Marge P. Talavera, Marian C. Tomarong, Danica Ann P. Torres, Aniwan Biyaya F. Valerio, Lorena Gabriela E. Valerio, Kenneth Warren S. Villamil, Maria Elaine H. Igot. For the degree Bachelor of Arts in Journalism, Katrina C. Bonagua, Candice Monique O. Brillon, John Alfred C. Cruz, Anthony Nash O. De Leon, Jelica Ruth R. Dumaraos, Rita Angela J. Fazon, Marjorie Ann M. Fuertes, Alvin R. Malacas, Gerald S. Rivera. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, major in Legal Management, Mark Anthony C. Cabasag, John Louis Anthony S. Cabral, Clarence J. R. Castilan, Karen Angel M. Castro, Maria Crishelda S. Ecalnea, Marian Rose S. Garcia, Raymond M. Gaetano, Gilbert A. Gohol, Jean Cyril M. Nolasco, Gabriel Cesar R. Obnial. For the degree Bachelor of Arts, major in Political Science, Fra Angelica S. Alejandro, Froilan C. Bagsik Jr., Verna May M. Fabila, Karen Ann Silvergrace D. Fontanilla, Lyle Angeli P. Garlitos, Daniel O. Linsangan, Perez June T., Marian Criza L. Zamora, Crescencio V. Galvez Jr.
For the College of Business Administration, Manila Campus, Dean Veronica N. Elizalde will distribute the diplomas, assisted by Associate Dean Fe Reyes. College Secretary Ofelia Arnilo will read the names of the graduates.
The graduates of Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. Rites Ian M. Abante. Marvy M. Aganan. Jonel Marwin A. Albay. Jacob S. Alfonso. May M. Atienza. Lord Angel Antonio D. V. Ostero. Aaron J. Bagundang. John Timothy B. Ballesteros. Angelica A. Bantugan. Eileen C. Cabico. Janine D. Canilang. Gerald V. Katarig. Sheila Ann T. Celario. Diane Daryl C. Conway. Harold Francisco G. Cruz. Paulo Lorenzo G. Cruz. Wilson D. Kuwasay. Gerald C. Cuyugan. Vincent C. Dalagan. Ronel L. David. Carl Michael P. Dean. Aprilyn D. G. Depala. Gigi C. De la Cruz. Juvie May T. Distor. Joanna Lynn L. Eusebio. Aljude A. Foronda. Connie Eloise R. Gabion. Sweets Pilamar Genevieve G. Gatan. Maria Cristina S. Gonzalez. Lizette Diane D. Gresola. Randet Faye A. Guevara. Sheena May B. Hilacan. Paul Michael P. Ibero. Princess Jinky P. Almasco. John Charles B. Hamias. Abigail O. Hantok. Virginia Marie B. Lopez. Maria Romina P. Lostado. Mark Joseph C. Marcos. Limuel Titus O. Marquita. Glea Mond S. Montojo. John Vincent D. Moreno. Ederlyn M. Nakwa. Katrina R. Padua. May Ann M. Panaligan. Rina P. Pangilinan. Winlove Christine B. Paule. Jessa Marie D. Plomantes. Rose Ann N. Kiambao. Joanne F. Rase. Alisa Joy F. Razon. Marjorie Ann Miguela G. Sahenes. Kevin P. Salinas. Marie Celine C. San Juan.
Marie Ann A. Santarita, Riza G. Surco, Barbara Paz A. Torreña, Joanna F. Valdez, Pearly V. Velasco, John Elliot O. Zapanta. The graduates of Bachelor of Science in Accountancy and Computer-Based Accounting Systems: Jennifer P. Caluyong, Lorena M. Carpina, Vincent M. Chua, Maya M. Clavillas, Fredilyn P. De la Cruz, Brian A. Dumlao, Liniel Ann R. Gallardo, Sarita F. Macuha, Camille B. Madroño, Joseph Limuel L. Manzano, Franklin Rainier G. Ruiz, John Paul B. Wanya, Crisel Diane E. Yabut. The graduates of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Management Accounting: Maria Abigail P. Abarca, Kelvin R. Aguilar, Dustin P. Alejandrino, Hannah Crisel M. Amisola, Ana Cristina M. Aquino, Angeli Marie S. Banta, Cherry Ann P. Bantilio, Krisha Faye M. Barbo, Riel John M. Bennett, Ma Christine A. Berizo, Divine Grace C. Cabatu, Rona Edisa N. Cabel, Angelica P. Calier, Alisa Ann A. Calagos, Yearend R. Capistrano, Janina Etz Castilleo, Sheila Audrey A. Cureg, Jelly S. Dalupang, Mary Ann G. Dalus, Carl Diana May U. Damay, Margie Ann Sherina P. Dapiliosa, Yvette Christine L. De Leon, Maria Cristina M. Dulay, Kathleen N. Ebitner, Kini Marie J. Ibora, Maria Angelica M. Erlano, Jen Marie Erica M. Española, J. R. Estrellado, Maria Shelin Joy F. Fadri, Samuel Avelino B. Fernando, Janelle Jam T. Ferrer, Albert F. Fontanilla, Maria Teresa J. Fortunato, Marjorie Jane C. Gacias, Danielyn G. Gapas, Vina Lisa A. Garillo, Joyce Ann S. Gazingan, Caroline R. Gekosala, Elizabeth B. Gomez, Maria Carmina T. Gonzalez, Riza Marie L. Gulapa, Mary Grace P. Hilario, Maricel O. Inco, Daniel Angeli A. Ison, Cristina Cassandra S. Jose, Marvic U. Jose, Anthony Aris O. Co, Bernadette D. Labayo, Sarah May E. Liaño, Jeritza R. Lerio, Kim I. Lim, Judy Ann M. Lumangkad, Janela Tricia D. G. Luna, Earl Allen D. G. Madarang, Marie Neza M. Malabanan, Teodoro A. Mandigma, Mark Deo B. Manzano, Gerlin D. C. Mendoza, Ana Lea B. Mirandilia, Razel Ann C. Morillo, June Mer P. Mortiz, Jeline T. Nagales, Justin Robin M. Neri, Stephanie P. Oliciano, Arian T. Ong, Geraldine T. Pablo, Benedict A. Pagal, Kevin Aris L. Pertosa, John Melo J. Pascual, Lyndon Clos Rossini R. Pataunya, Erickson G. Peras, Jonaline R. Perez, Ira Faye F. Rason, Ralph B. Reboliana, Emily A. Reyes, Ray Mark A. Reynon, Zoran John L. Rivera, Cherry Joy M. Rosaldo, Janstella B. Rojas, Gladys Ann D. Salita, Arlene A. Sanduco, Jemel U. Santos, Kenneth John F. Santos, Andronicus S. Sarabusing, Judy C. Sarol, Alvin M. Simon, Richard B. Soriano, Manuel Christian S. Sotelo, Jaywin M. Sungkang, Suswana O. C., Suzette P. Saison, Mary Ann N. Tolentino, Angelson P. Torsilino, Maria Luisa S. Transfiguracion, Erickson P. Trinidad, Tebi E. Tubalia, Bianca Din D. V. Valle, Aaron J. A. Verania, Katrina Alisa A. Villaruz, Maricar S. Yap. The graduates of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Business Economics. Mark Christopher S. Bermudez, Monica Kimberly T. Choi, Lorgie B. Romena, Ryan Casey V. Salas, Kyle Patrick K. Yulo, the graduates of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Management. Teodoro Israel A. Corpus, Mayobel B. Flores, the graduates of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Business Management. Angeli R. Achas, Maria Crisandra M. Adviento, Jeus Gel G. Albano, Richard D. L. Alcantara, Catherine S. Albanza, Ira Joyce F. Ancheta, Epiphany N. Ando, Ray Vincent A. Ando, Ana Charmaine D. G. Arpia, Kerwin L. Balawag, Montana O. Bartolome, Joanne Kimberly R. Bernas, Samar A. Bravo, Kathleen Joyce F. Kaamik, Cindy L. Cabarlo, Diana Jean L. Cabarlo, Tom Ellie S. Kabawatan, Rizzy F. Cardenas, Sarah Jane S. Caspe, Jason M. Castro, Ken Brian Sylvester M. Chan, Rilien Carmela D. L. Ching, Nef John P. Claramont, Maria Maureen Victoria B. Comia, Ruby M. Concepcion, Amy Victoria A. Cruz, John Wilson L. Cruz, John Alexis T. Cuartina, Sheena Joy S. De Guia, Patrick C. De Guzman, Jerome Marvin A. De Leon, Azel D. M. De Padua, Jessa P. De La Paz, Mary Grace Z. De Los Santos, Sofia G. Di Mailig, Erwin M. Duran, Franelis Ann R. Enclarenal, Jano Miles P. Enriquez, Kenneth Paul A. Escalona, Roden C. Fajardo, Kyle S. Fernandez, Angelo R. Fogata, Jason B. Gagno, Ginesa C. Galiena, John Carl M. Gasing, Riza Emily L. Gikanan, Enrique Henry M. Go, Marco E. Gokilatar, John Marvin I. Hernandez, Lady Diane M. Hernandez, Olson Ryan M. Hernandez, Anthony C. Hong, Gian Carlo D. Huenda, Jeffrey Patrick G. Joseph, Mariela Penelope A. Laplano, Ryan David B. Laideros, Arlene C. Mabesa, Chrislyn Ann P. Magbitang, Chris Syra D. S. Maglala, Edison J. S. Manahan, Angelica S. Marbella, Robert Van R. Martos, Robin Paulo W. Mengito, David Rafael F. Monsalud, Rowena P. Montemayor, Julian C. Nacario, Ivana Crizel A. Napoles, Joyce Ann E. Obrador, Elizabeth A. Pabiliar, Michelle M. Patungan, Janice C. Piedad, Ronald Renilo M. Punsalan, Danilo B. Ramos, Katrina Rose D. C. Ramos, Delmar M. Reforma, Diane G. Revilla, Joanna Marie M. Santos, Edeth Marie D. Santos, Raven Q. Sakilayan, Mary Grace D. Arsenio, Li Ping Song, Elijah C. Su, Lucas B. Tagarda, John Stephen S. Talapian, Girly S. Talavera, Don Armand Justin D.J. Taluban, Mar Rio P. Tolentino, Jessica L. Tumagan, Abigail P. Tumang, Sabina C. Valenzuela, John Carl R. Villar, Tyne Lawrence Z. Sabala, the graduate of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Banking and Finance, Maria Teresa V. Martinez. The graduates of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Financial Management, Christine D. C. Adano, Daniel Benedict B. Almeria, Melissa J. Alvarez, Lyra L. Anastasio, John Eric H. Bambasi, Franz Aces B. Bonayon, Jean Therese F. Cahigal, Christina P. Calawot, Ann Janet M. Calderon, Runor C. Che, Eunice C. Ching, Saint Gervais E. Carlito, Philip T. Constantino, Diana Rose S. Cuevas, Erickson S. De Jesus, Carla G. De la Cruz, Melissa V. De Leon, Leslie Ann M. Del Mundo, Maria Rose Ann B. De Los Santos, Juan Carlo L. Demilio, Janelle Grace T. Di Maculangan, Jolians Jenkins G. D, Joanne B. Emiterio, Julius Vincent M. Espina, Gerald A. C. Espirito, Glance Ira C. Estrella, Maria Cristina C. Floralde, Paula Bianca K. Formantes, Phoebe K. O. Garafil, Antonio Victor L. Garcia, Norson S. Gesmundo, Jolly I. Justo Jr., Heidi V. Lagapa, Rafael C. Liandicho, Joanna Maribeth May G. Leble, Nefretiri P. Lopez, Zarina May M. Magsakay, Clarissa T. Mariano, Jonel A. Melia, Jason V. Miranda, Nomer A. Wabel Jr., Joritz M. Ong, Princess Riza G. Ong, Christian Ray A. Pabilona, Desiree C. Padriquez, Mike Michael R. Pasco, Jennifer T. Pila, Ivy G. Pinto, Chris Joy A. Quintero, Jessica E. Quiteles, Reynalyn M. Robrigado, Maria Aurora C. Rosal, Jane B. Salgado, Nastasia A. Salvador, Fatima V. Samarita, Karen E. Solier, Ana Lorraine A. Suerte Felipe, Crystal Ann S. Tiongson, Sheila May P. Tobias, Sarah Jane P. Tumbagahan, Blesilda T. Tuplano, Ira Jeremy P. Umali, Patrick O. Valenzuela, Carlos A. Vargas Jr., Graciel J. Villarosa, the graduates of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing, Manilu D. Ablasa, Jofel Florian M. Alcantara, Glenn Mark C. Dionisio, Voltaire E. Pacheco, Orlando S. Quijano. The graduates of Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Marketing Management, Alisa S. Acierto, Ernest John M. Amisola, Peter Joseph B. Arca III, Jeremiah B. Kaasi, Shahari L. Calauto, Maria Janelle Zarame H. Chan, Nas Cedric S. Chua, Mary Grace P. Cuevas. Anong pangalan? Kimberly Grace R. De Jesus, Richelle Ann V. Sena, Catherine S. De Vera, Mark Anthony B. De Vera, Jesseline E. Eslabra, Marimar Z. Fernando, Joyce G. Garcia, Regine C. Geducos, Joanna Fe B. Gran, Amelia T. Labugen, Joanna D. Lee, Jennifer S. Lim, Jaisel L. Lim, David Ephraim S. Magtalas, Melissa S. Manalastas, Florlyn C. Medalla, Ahira C. Perez, Christian Joy A. Rehilme, Ana Lisel M. Reyes, Jolix B. Rola, Dennis M. Santiago, Shini L. Sia, Rafael M. Santo Domingo Jr., Tanya Reggie M. Tabangay, Manilin P. Talatayon, Lyndon Vincent O. Torrejos, Jonathan L. Valentin, Eddie Pai M. Villarama, and the last but not the least, Eloida G. Zamudio.
We will now have the induction of the new graduates to the Alumni Association. Commodore Renato S. Chan, President of the UE Alumni Association, Incorporated, will now induct the new members.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. When I say repeat after me, when I say I, you state your name, please. Okay? Out of membership. I state your name. Incoming member of the University of the East Alumni Association, Inc. Do pledge that I will do my best I can to be a worthy member of this organization. This I will do by maintaining professionalism and integrity in my work, by performing my duties as a member, by following the bylaws of the organization, by preserving and defending unity within the group, by keeping a harmonious relationship between the leaders and members, realizing that the spirit of initiative coupled with a sense of responsibility will be of great help not only to my fellow members but also my alma mater. So help me God. Welcome, fellow alumni.
Please remain standing. Miss Kathrina Chermer Di Comia, summa cum laude, graduate of Bachelor of Science in Hotel and Restaurant Management, will now lead the graduates in the recitation of the Pledge of Loyalty.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Deeply grateful to my alma mater. the University of the East, I hereby pledge to her, on this solemn occasion, my abiding loyalty. I will honor my diploma with utmost industry and nobility. I will uphold the university's traditions and ideals, having imbibed them as my very own. I will do everything in my power to be worthy alumnus alumna by serving and honoring my alma mater and my country. So help me God.
Please remain standing for the university hymn to be led by the University of the East Chorale.
Pamantasan ka naming mahal, ilaw sa karimlan. Buhay, lakas, tulong, langal, pamantasan ka ng bayan. Ang pangalan mo ay walhati, at sandigan ka ng lahi. Pamantasan ng silangan, pamantasan ka naming mahal. Pamantasan ka naming mahal, ilaw sa karimlan. Buhay, lakas, dunong, dangal, pamantasan ka ng bayan. Ang pangalan mo ay walhati, at sandigan ka ng lahi. Pamantasan ng silangan, pamantasan ka naming mahal.
Please remain standing for the exit of colors. Ladies and gentlemen, the recessional. Congratulations to all the graduates. For all the guests, thank you very much for your presence. All graduates, important announcement. For all the graduates, parents, and guests, you are requested to use the exit doors at your right and the main door at the back in leaving the venue in deference for the next event at 1 p.m. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Please use the exit doors at your right and the main door at the back. The doors over here will be closed. Kindly use the back door and the exit doors at your right. Thank you very much.